Coming to you live from the JRE Tobacco Aladino Mobile Studios, it's the Cigar Pulpit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm the Bishop of the Bird, Nick, and today we're answering your questions because it's time for, in this case, Ask the Boy. And when I am answering your questions, I am going to be smoking the Perdomo 20th Anniversary Sungrown in the Epicure size. It's a what is this size here? It's a 6x56. It's essentially their Toro. And according to their website, the Perdomo 20th Anniversary Sungrown has a gorgeous 8-year-old Cuban seed Nicaraguan sun-grown wrapper that is bourbon barrel aged for an additional 10 months to ensure the rich, earthy flavors pair perfectly with the higher priming Cuban seed Nicaraguan binder and filler blend that offers a balance of spice with subtle hints of oak and cedar on the finish. Won't lie, I've had this cigar a bunch of times. I just wanted something that I knew and enjoyed for taking your phone calls today. So why don't we go ahead and get right into it. We'll get into the cut. And the official cut is brought to us by Dan the Man Ponder over there at Riverman Cigar Company. And Riverman Cigar Company, you know, they've got a bunch of cigars, including the Perdomo 20th Anniversary in the Sungrown, if you're interested in giving that a shot. They also have the full line of Aladino cigars, a whole bunch of really great Fuente cigars, J.C. Newman cigars. What else have we gotten in lately? We got in the new Oscar Valadares Heaven and Hell cigars that we've had here on the show. Some really good stuff coming into Riverman Cigar Company. So you're going to want to give that a shot if you're in the St. Louis area. And if you're not in the St. Louis area, they do mail order. You can give them a call and get cigars shipped to you wherever you're at. So it's Riverman Cigar Company of Crestwood, Missouri. And it's time now to go ahead and cut the cigar. I'm going to give my cigar here a nice straight cut and, get that going here. Check the cold draw. Nice kind of earthy flavor to the cold draw. It's just a wonderful cigar. I like to buy these in, I get the fresh packs, the variety packs that have one of the 20th, one of the just Habano Sun-Grown, one of the 10th Anniversary Sun-Grown, and then I think it's the Lot 23 in the Sun-Grown that's in that pack as well. And it's a great little variety pack, and usually very cost-effective to do it that way. I'm using my Vertigo Saber to light my cigar today. Vertigo Saber. Oh my God. Features 2 jets that come together to make one nice jet for pinpoint accuracy. Also has dual tanks, so it stores lots of fuel. And it even comes with a nice little built-in V-cutter. Now, it's not the greatest V-cutter, but it'll do in a pinch. And, it's built in. It's nice. That way you only have to carry one tool if you want to. It's not bad. It's a Vertigo Saber. Anyway. Nice kind of earthy component to the smoking. A little bit of spice, that comes along with it being a Nicaraguan cigar. And, it's a good time. I really do enjoy this cigar. So, well, as I said, it is this month's Ask the Boy episode. So why don't we go ahead and just, wait a minute, do I have, I'm going to have to do this. So you guys are catching me at a moment that I am ill prepared. I did not have the drop for Ask the Boys on my phone. So I'm actually adding the sound as I'm talking to you. Anyway, so while I do that, it's a gorgeous day here in St. Louis. That's the boys' intro and outro. And a little warm, but I can't complain too much. What the hell? No, I'm not going to upgrade to Pro. Just import the damn... I don't know. Sorry, guys. My app is wanting me to upgrade to Pro, and I could have swore I already did that at one point. Don't recall why it's asking me to do that now, but for some reason it is. Anyway, well, this is awkward. I will admit, this is awkward. I did not anticipate being this ill prepared to do this. Hang on, might have another way of doing this. This is sloppy. Sloppy radio work by me. I apologize. Actually running on minutes here because here we go. We'll do this.
Shall we play a game?
You talking to me? I have a question for you.
You gotta ask me nicely.
Ask me about my winner.
You got a question? You ask the 8-ball.
Come on, sucker.
Let's
get it on.
So, guys, as I said, it's that time of the month for Ask the Boys. Technically, it should have been last episode, but I flaked out and forgot. So, it is what it is. So, we're going to go ahead, jump right into your calls here and see what is going on. I have calls from, looks like 4 different callers. But looks like they probably left multiple messages apiece. So that's fine. We'll be able to handle that. So why don't we go ahead and take the first call now? Why is it doing that again? Okay, sorry guys. It is playing these on speakerphone for some reason.
What's up, Nick? What's up, Gator? It's Bear on this beautiful Friday, mid-morning here in Central Florida. Getting ready to go for a ride. I'm going to take down there to Ybor City. But currently right now I'm drinking on my coffee, smoking on this Above and Beyond from Blanco Cigars. Really good cigar if you haven't tried it. Anyway, just got done listening to the after party, whatever the fuck those old guys call it, Wednesday show. And kind of have an idea for a super fight for you, Nick. Given with the negotiations between the two right now.
Oh, boy.
I was thinking Dave Garofalo's fat fingers as machine guns, or Nick Miller in a kilt with a rocket-launching penis. Would that be a fun one? I also got one, a one must go, but I think you're going to need the parishioners' opinion on this, so you may have to put this on the Facebook group. I'm sure there's probably some people in the holding cell waiting to get in. Love you, Nick. Still got to give you shit about that. Anyway, one must go. Nick's ability to wear a kilt, or Gator's ability to have naked gardening. One of them got to go. Y'all figure it out. I think the parishioners need to chime in on this one. Anyway, I'm going to finish up my coffee and then take a nice long. I got my motorcycle out here getting cleaned right now, so I'm going to take a nice ride down to Ybor City. But I was thinking also, if you guys come down here later this year, I can join y'all on the podcast. Y'all let me know. I'd love to be a third person on your show. We can call it the Three Guys Podcast. No, I have a question. I have another question. Why the fuck did they call it Two Guys Cigar Shop when there's fucking 4 guys that work in this damn thing? I mean, they're old and stupid. Anyway, talk to you guys soon. Bye.
Where do I even begin? Two Guys is named after Dave and his brother, who they started it back in the 80s. There's a lot more guys than just those 4 guys that are working in the shop. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. In terms of the super fight, I mean, I don't want to brag or anything like that, but I think I would put up my rocket penis against pretty much anybody. It's just me. And as for the one must go that you offered up, I don't feel as though I am. I feel as though I'm biased in that regard, and so. If the parishioners in the parishioners group feel the need to weigh in on that, they can go ahead and weigh in on that. But, I mean, it's really a one-time-a-year situation for both of us. I wear the kilt St. Patrick's Day. He does his naked gardening on the first Saturday of May. And then from there, we can see what's worse. Personally, I feel as though getting straight up naked in your garden is worse than wearing clothing. It just might not be clothing that's commonly worn, but nonetheless, whatever. Anyway, Bear, thank you so much. I'm jealous you were driving down to Ybor on the motorcycle. There is some talk of a trip down to Palm Coast, Florida in October. So I'll keep you posted on that. So we got another call here from Bear. Oh, my God.
Nick, what's up, Gator? It's Bear again. Hey, so I'm sitting here taking a shit, and no, I don't have a cigar this time because, I don't smoke in my house because as much as I would love to be able to do that, my family may be a little pissed off. But anyway, that's not the point. So I'm sitting here thinking, one must go.
Oh, boy.
The ability to shit or the ability to piss? What do you think? I know for me personally, I think I would rather just take a shit for the rest of my life because there's nothing wrong with a nice, serious, long poop while listening to the Cigar Pulpit podcast and every now and again listen to those fucking old guys over there, that fucking other one. Anyway, what do y'all think? Later.
What I think is that since we're talking about poop, why don't we find out about My Monthly Cigars? This would normally be the time that I give some information about My Monthly Cigars, but I've hired that out this week, so take it away.
My Monthly Cigars is a premium cigar subscription service. It comes in a variety of different size boxes at affordable prices. Use offer code PULPIT and get free shipping on your first box and 20% off any items in the online store at mymonthlycigars.com.
That's offer code PULPIT. Thanks. One must go. I'm not gonna make this the official one must go because I have a feeling there's probably some other ones that'll come up, and I'm waiting. If not, then I'll have to figure out one. But I don't know. One must go. The ability to lose the ability to take a piss or take a shit. For speed and convenience, I would say that I would just get rid of pooping because. Let's be real, that takes longer. It's much more of an in-depth process and everything else. You urinate a little bit more frequently, but it's less of a deal. So, but then again, I get good reading time in on the John. So, I'm gonna go different from you, Bear. I'm gonna get rid of pooping. I think just having to pee the rest of my life and getting rid of pooping, I think that's the way to go. I think that's the way to go. I think it speeds up the process, and I think it provides more time in my life for other things that I would much rather be doing. So, anyway, thanks for the call, and we have one more call from Bear, and then we'll move on to another caller.
What up, fellas? It's Bear. I'm coming at you live from I'm not live. I'm actually fucking recording. I'm sitting here in my garage day after my 40th birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
And everybody keeps telling me that life starts at 40. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But
yeah,
I'm going to give this a shot. I'm smoking that New World from AJ Fernandez.
The body.
And I'll tell you what, this is
at
actually
40.
a really good cigar. I doubted the first time I had it. I think I had a bad batch. Second one is actually pretty damn good. Definitely enjoying this. About halfway through right now. Definitely getting some great notes out of this. But going back and forth, I just got done listening to Nick's Friday show where the fuck was Gator with his one-a-week episode bullshit. And Nick, by the way, give me my contact information. You can call me. I will gladly be on your Friday show. Just we got to schedule that because I work nights. But I will gladly be a second person on the show. And I could be a third on the show when Gator's around. Anyway. But listen to Cigar Authority, listen to the back and forth going on. And I have I think I have a super fight. Probably a really stupid super fight, but it's a super fight no matter what. Let's go with the fact that it's the Gator thing. Let's go with Gator's Cellophane Sounds of Death, since he likes to take forever to get the cigar out of the cellophane. Or Mr. Jonathan's shitty song lyrics that can blow out your eardrums. Which one do you think would work? Sounds of Death to blow out your eardrums. I think I would rather actually die because I don't think I can live without my eardrums. But anyway, that's beside the point. Guys, the show's doing great. Gator, I do miss you on 2 episodes a week, but I fully understand life happens. Trust me, I'm there with you. Nick, you're doing great. But once again, man, I do agree. Maybe you guys can get some more people on the show for a Friday. Or hell, like I said, maybe a couple of the parishioners get on there and just kind of bullshit with you. I will gladly do that with you.
hit me up sometimes. You can message me on the group. I'll give you my email or my phone number, whatever. Is my official audition? Not really. But guys, keep up the great work. Love the show, and talk to y'all soon. Bye.
Thank you, Bear. And yes, I do have your email. I've received emails from a couple of you, and it's just it's one of those things where the weeks just kind of fly by so quickly that you don't even realize that you're already at the end of the week again, and everything just kind of goes so quick. So you are on my to-do list to reach out and schedule something. I just haven't done so yet. But in terms of your super fight that you've offered up, I listened to the episode with Mr. Jonathan and his horrible song lyrics about the fat fingers and all that, and or the glove. It was the glove. That's what it was he was singing about. But then I'll also say that I have sat through nearly 3.5 years of Jeff doing this shit into the microphone with cellophane. And I think after sitting through 3.5 years of that, I don't know. Those songs were really bad, but the cellophane is really annoying. I don't think there is a winner there. I think that's a situation where either which way, everybody loses. It's just my thought. So, anyway, thank you, Bear. And yes, I will be in touch. So, taking a break to discuss the cigar for a moment. Getting some nice, like I said, earthy components. Little slight cedary taste from the cigar, and some spice components. Just hints, a little bit there. I will do a retrohale. I haven't done one of those yet. I have an overwhelming feeling how this is going to go, but we'll do it for the entertainment. Whoa. Holy shit. Well, that's where the spice is. And Nicaraguan spice will just... Ooh, it's lingering in the nostrils there. Yeah, there's a lot of spice components to the Perdomo 20th anniversary in the nostril there. So, anyway, let's move on and go to another call here.
Hey, Nick, and the AI, formerly known as Gator. I hope you guys are doing well. Just got back from Riviera Maya, Mexico.
Whoa.
Picked up some pretty decent Cuban sticks down there. Had a couple Romeo y Julieta 1,000 Flowers. Had the number 3. Had a Cohiba Torpedo. That was really good. Even had some on the gimmick side, Stogies. Artesanos, a vanilla, and a chocolate, which is pretty good. Figure I'd call you guys, let you know what I was up to down there, what I was smoking. I thought I saw just an update on Gator, the human form. I thought I saw him on the beach selling a pill called Si Senor. I stayed away from that. I don't know what that is, but yeah, I thought it was Gator. I didn't want to bother him just in case he wanted to remain unseen. I hope he's doing well. But yeah, I had a question for you, and I Googled it, looked at a couple articles. So in 21, I bought most of the same sticks from the same place down there in Riviera Maya, and it looks like the price has tripled for the Cuban sticks, and I was wondering what were some of the reasons for that. So yeah, interested in hearing what your thoughts are, maybe some of the research. But yeah, just want to call in. You guys stay safe, stay smoky, and keep putting out some really good shows. Take care.
Thanks, man. I appreciate the call, and I'm very jealous about the trip to Riviera Maya because I could use a nice beach vacation. That sounds really nice. Anyway, regarding the Cuban cigars situation, I kind of touched on it. I believe it was last episode in the cigar news situation. So Habanos, the Cuban cigar conglomerate, company basically, they set a new pricing structure where they did uniform pricing across the globe. Before, you had different price structures in different areas. Well, they did uniform price structure across the globe, and they used Hong Kong as their source of their point of reference. And why Hong Kong? It was the highest price market in the globe. And so now, a Cohiba BKK is going to run you like $300. And, and on down. I mean, they're not, as I said in that episode, I think there's maybe 2 Cohibas or 2 cigars that have come out at $300. But, there are other cigars that have come out that are, like you said, man, prices have gone up like 3 times since 2021. And that's part of it. There's other things that are going on as well. There's supply issues. Cuba was hit by a really bad storm. I'm like, I want to say hurricane, but I don't have this information in front of me. I'm literally going off the top of my head. So I'm going to say a storm. Technically, a hurricane is a storm, but it might have been a hurricane. Really did a lot of damage to not just the tobacco plants, but really where it really did a lot of damage was the infrastructure, barns and various things like that. And so there's going to be a real Cuban cigar or Cuban tobacco shortage going forward for a little while because of that. And that's going to impact cigars as well. Additionally, a lot of the Cuban cigars, since China essentially bought a controlling share in Habanos, a lot of the Cuban cigars are going to China. And so you have a lot of markets that used to have Cuban cigars readily available to them that now they don't. And so you're going to find that the ones that are out there in the world are costing more. Even the fakes. I mean, I think Mr. Jonathan and I talked about this. I think we talked about it on the show when he was on with me. But you got the guys that were selling them for $5 a piece on the beach. Well, that was when a Cuban cigar cost, let's say, $30 or $50. Well, now if they're costing, $200, they can get $20, $30 for the fake ones that they're selling on the beach. So, everything goes up, man. That's the problem. Everything in the world has gone up in price right now. And unfortunately, I guess Cuban cigars are definitely one of them. So anyway, I'm glad you had a good time in Riviera Maya. Again, I'm very jealous, and I appreciate the call. So why don't we, we've got another call here. We've got one call from another number, so why don't we go ahead and jump right into that.
Hi, this is Sean Boudery from the UP of Michigan. Hi, this is Sean Boudery from the UP of Michigan. I just had...
That's weird. Stop.
Just watching the last episode here, and I was just wondering, for this segment, would one must go? So, being men of size, one must go for the sexual positions.
Oh, God.
Getting back to the dick and fart jokes. Missionary, doggy style, or cowgirl? Love to hear your input. Thank you.
Oh, my God. You know what? Sean, I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to go ahead and make it the official.
We all need to live united, but one must go. Brought to you by United Cigars, makers of La Giana Havana, Abuelo, Red Anchor, Firecracker, and of course, United Cigars. Distributors of Jose Dominguez, Garofalo, Montosa, and Terra Nova, and the highly acclaimed Atabey, Byron, and Bandolero. Buy United, Smoke United, Live United, United Cigars.
God, this is one of these things that I'm going to say. God damn. I'm going to say this, and this is going to be one of these things that's going to haunt me one day. One day, I'm going to be in a position where somebody's doing a background check on me or something like that, and this clip is going to come back and haunt me, and or I'm going to be, interacting with some young lady, and through the dating apps and all this, and then I'm going to be like, I host this cigar show and blah blah blah, and she's going to pick this one random fucking episode to listen to, and she's going to hear this question, and it's just going to just be like, whoa, what the hell. God, you know what, Sean? I'm doing this for the pure entertainment factor of this. So you have posted, or put forth the question of one must go for men of size. Which sex position has to go? Missionary, doggy style, or cowgirl? And I can 100% tell you that the one must go is doggy style, because nothing is more embarrassing than having to lift up and rest your gut on her backside. Anyway, there you go. One must go.
The One Must Go segment was brought to you by United Cigars. United, we smoke.
Yep, that call's going to haunt me. Anyway, thanks, Sean. I appreciate the call. This is going better than I expected. I kind of was worried about how the Ask the Boy segment was going to go this month, given everything. But, it's not been quite as bad as I thought. Little fucked up. You guys are continuing to showcase just how fucked up my audience is, and I love it. Anyway, moving on, we have 2 more calls here. And before we get into that, why don't I go ahead and do the Villiger Entertainment Report.
The Villiger. This spot is brought to you by Villiger Cigars. If you haven't tried them, you're missing out. Find yourself a Villiger cigar. You can go to their website and log in and find the store locator, find out where they are. If you don't have it in your local brick and mortar, go in and ask for it.
So, guys, this is Villiger Entertainment Report, where we talk about what we've been watching on TV, movies, various entertainment things that have come across our radar. The first thing I want to talk about is a couple of podcasts, and I listen to a variety of podcasts. I don't just listen to cigar casts or anything like that. There's been 2 that have crossed my radar lately, and I think I talked about one on the show already, so I'll just briefly mention it. I can't remember. It's called the Tylenol Murders, and it's all about these the murders that took place in the early 80s, where somebody had poisoned Tylenol capsules in Chicago. And it's just very interesting to listen to this, and to listen to just how easy it was for somebody to poison medication on the shelves, and then in turn kind of the changes that resulted as because of this case, and also the fact that, man, they've had their eye on a suspect for a long time, but they just can't quite get the hard evidence they need. And then all of the bullshit that guy has done, in addition to the Tylenol situation, that you would think would have put him in jail, including another murder. So, I won't ruin it for you, but yeah, check out the Tylenol Murders. There's another one that I've been listening to called Freeway Phantom, and it's also another true crime podcast. And I'm very picky about my true crime podcasts. I don't like the ones where it's just somebody, 2 people, and one person's just telling the other person the story about what happened, and the other person's like, oh, really? That's interesting. I don't like that. I like it to be very well produced. Interviews with people who were involved in the case, victims, police, whoever it is. I like the interviews. I like news clips if they can get audio from maybe TV news clips from the in time. There was one that the podcast, I think it's called Monster, they did about the Zodiac Killer. They did a whole season about the Zodiac Killer. Fantastic season about the Zodiac Killer. It was super interesting. No, the Freeway Phantom, it's all about a killer in Washington, D.C. in like 1971 who killed like 6 African-American young girls. And this case got like no attention. It's one of these serial killers that somehow or another has kind of slipped away from American consciousness. Be it didn't really get much media coverage at the time because at the time you had the Vietnam War going on, and then you had all the May Day protests and everything in D.C. And so, they didn't really cover this serial killer all that much. The police, they did some work, but they were even busy with the protests and other things. And let's be real, it was 1971, and you had young black kids getting killed. And so I don't want to get into the politics of that, but it's unfortunate. And so that case is very interesting, and this podcast has been very interesting to listen to. I think there's 3 or 4 episodes of it out. Typically these run about maybe 8 episodes, but they're coming out once a week, so there's plenty of time for you to catch up and listen to it weekly if you're interested. In terms of TV, again, still watching Larry Sanders. I am in the final season of that. What else have I been watching? I did a thing recently. I went over to a very small theater in St. Louis that I can't remember the name of off the top of my head. They do an event once a month called Drinkless Cage, where they show a Nicolas Cage movie, and you don't know what movie it is until you get there that night. And they have a drinking game based around it. Now, I was drinking water and iced tea because, I had to drive, but other people were not, and that's good for them. But it was really nice. It's outdoors, projected onto a screen outside on their little patio there, and we watched the movie Primal from 2019 featuring Nicolas Cage, Famke Janssen, and a couple other people, and it was fucking stupid. It was one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life, but I'm able to sit there. And I was with some friends, and we were able to sit and kind of rip on it. Everybody else is kind of, you're lightly talking. You're not like talking super loud, but you're lightly talking. And, you have the rules of this. And so whenever something comes up that you're supposed to drink, somebody else drink, and then everybody drinks and, whatever. And you kind of get into the cheesiness of the movie because, boy, Nicolas Cage is just one of those actors that's very fascinating to me because – he was nominated for an Academy Award in 1995 for Leaving Las Vegas for playing a drunk, and then now he's doing movies like Primal, which are just fucking horrible, and he's just such an over actor, and you just have to wonder, like, what happened to this guy? But anyway, so I went and did that. So, maybe in your area, look for these little movie houses. There's always the big cineplexes around, but I'm starting to notice that there's a little bit of a rise, or at least maybe I'm just noticing them. Maybe there's not a rise. Maybe they've been there this whole time and I just never knew, of these little movie houses that are doing really cool stuff. Because this place not only does the Drinkless Cage at the end of the month every month, but they're showing all kinds of old movies throughout the rest of the month that you can go see on the big screen and enjoy. So anyway, that's kind of what I've been up to. So that would be the Villiger Entertainment Report. Well, why don't we now go ahead and get into the last 2 calls here for Ask the Boys and see what kind of mayhem they bring me. Maybe. Oop.
Maybe Gator. Hey, Nick. Maybe Gator. This is Hank from Pennsylvania via the Smoke on the Water Cigar Bar.
What's going on?
In Western Pennsylvania. Correction, Western Florida.
Western Florida.
First question is,
much different
since you had AI Gator, 20.0 Gator, when's Black Gator coming back? And then, since I asked my question already, one must go.
Oh.
The Cigar Pulpit, the Cigar Authority,
shit,
or the Good Cigar?
Ah, shit.
Hey, stay smoky and have a great night. Thank you.
See, now, Hank, that's not fair, because you're asking me to say between my friends over at the Cigar Authority and my friend Al, who does, and Melissa, who does the Good Cigar, you're asking me to choose which show must go, and that's not fair. You know what? I will fall on my sword. I will fall on my sword, and I will say that if God came down from the heavens today and brought Dave Garofalo and his crew, Al and Melissa together, and then me and whatever version of Gator decides to fucking show up together, and says to the three groups of us, one of you must quit your podcast. I will let you three pick amongst yourselves who it will be. That if that were to happen, I would gladly fall on the sword and say that rather than making them choose to get rid of their shows, I would gladly fall on the sword and stop mine. Do I want to do that? No, but I'm also not gonna put myself in a position where I entertain the thought or criticize or anything like that I would put myself forward and say that I'm better than either one of those shows. We all offer something very different, and I don't want to put myself in that position. So, Hank, I appreciate the question, but I'm going to fall on the sword and say that I would gladly cut myself from that equation if that were posed to me. And as for when Black Gator is coming back, Teddy, you're welcome anytime. You and I are like 4 hours apart. Maybe we need to coordinate a meetup at some point. There's some cigar shops down in deep southern Missouri that's maybe about halfway for both of us that maybe we could coordinate up a meetup on a weekend sometime, have a few cigars, and bang out an episode. So, Teddy, if you're listening, hit me up, man. We'll make it happen. And then we got another call here from Hank, and we'll listen to that now. Oh.
From Pennsylvania. Hey, Hank again from Pennsylvania. I think I put you on the spot with the last one must go. So I'll give you an easier one. The Cigar Authority after show, smoking butts and tapping ash, or the cigar or the ash holes. One must go. Which would you pick? Have a great night. Thanks, guys.
Ash holes. No offense to anyone on the ash holes, but I catch it infrequently, and I catch it infrequently. So I would say that, whereas the Cigar Authority After Show I listen to every Wednesday on my drive to my printer, and the Smokin' Butts and Tappin' Ash Show, I listen to them every Wednesday on my drive to my printer, and, I don't have a personal relationship with some of the folks on the Ash Holes that I do with the other two shows. And realistically, that one I would cut the ash holes. Again, nothing against them. Just if I had to choose, that would be the one that I would do there. Anyway, Hank, thank you so much for the call. And again, jealous that you're in Florida. Everybody seems to be spending time in warmer climates than me. Although it's warm here, I just don't have a beach and beach breeze and the ability to soak up some nice sea air. I have my pond, which is stagnant and starting to grow things. It's looking unfortunate. I need to nuke it with more mosquito stuff here soon because the mosquitoes are starting to become an issue again. Although I did get this Thermacell thing for my tabletop. It's USB powered. It has a little deal in there, and then it goes for however long. And I'll tell you, that thing, I had one last year, but it was powered by like little butane things, and you had these little pads that you put on the top that had the stuff. And so the butane would light a fire and burn the pad, and that would send the mosquito repellent into the air. Those worked for shit. Not only did they only last about 4 hours for the butane and the pad, but the pad, or like I said, it only lasted about 4 hours. So I was buying refills constantly for that thing. Whereas this USB-powered one, you can leave it plugged in as you're using it, so it's not even using battery power. So you can plug it in as it's running, and then the little refill thing on the inside, I think it's good for like 19 hours or some shit. I don't know. I've got it inside. But it's good for like a really long time, which is great because, typically in the evenings when I'm sitting out and having cigars, I'm not out for like an hour. I might be out for 3 or 4 hours. So, before, when I was using the butane and the pads, I was burning one of those every night, and this new refilled thing, I mean, I might be able to get 2 weeks or better out of that. So I'm pretty happy so far with this, and it actually does kind of work, keeping the mosquitoes away, which the mosquitoes really love me, and I hate them. So it's nice to get them out of the picture. Anyway, why don't we now? I don't think I did this the other day, so I'll do it now.
Guess what, motherfucker?
It's time for 3 cigars that I have smoked and enjoyed this week, and I am looking up my cigars as I do this. The first one that I want to mention, I actually smoked yesterday on the way back from my printer, and it was the United Cigars Maduro Churchill. It's just the standard United Cigar line with the red, white, and blue United Cigars band on it. And that thing smoked wonderfully on my way back from my printer. It had a great burn line to it, great combustion, nice little smokestack. And I'll tell you, they may not say this. They may not say this because, they may not want to get into this position of having said this, but I'll say it. If you guys want to find yourself a affordable Padron-like cigar, you should look into the United Cigar Maduros. I feel this one was a box press. I know they're starting to make them in the round. I don't know if they're going to continue the box press version or not. But if you like Padrones and you maybe want to keep your dollar cost average under control or something like that, you should look at the United Cigars Maduros because, from my opinion, it smoked very, very similarly. My second one that I want to mention, as I flip back through my pictures here. Oh, these are all pictures from my weekend with my son. I smoked on Friday before I went and picked up my son. I smoked a Yagua on my back patio, and I love that cigar. It's just got such a unique flavor profile to it. I like that. It doesn't matter which one I pick up; it's going to have a different kind of shape to it. This one was more of a triangle. It was just a wonderful, wonderful cigar, and that also happened to be Julius Caesar Newman's birthday, and so I was able to commemorate J.C. Newman's birthday with a Yagua. And my final cigar, I want to thank Scott from the Smokin' Butts and Tappin' Ash podcast when I was out in Greenville hanging out with them at that barbecue event that they did a couple of weeks back. Scott gave me a cigar, and I don't know if he knew that I really liked this cigar or if he just grabbed it and got lucky or what, but he presented me with a Henry Clay Warhawk Rebellious in the Toro, and which it only came out in the Toro. And the Henry Clay Warhawk Rebellious, that was a limited edition cigar that came out in 2020, and I loved the hell out of it. The Hill Cigar Company at the time got in 4 boxes of it. It was like I said, limited edition thing. They only got 4 boxes of it. I personally bought 2 of those boxes, and then the third box I essentially bought by the single. I bought, by the time it's all said and done, I probably went through 3 of their 4 boxes. I still have a full box of it chilling in my my humidor, just aging right now, and I just haven't broken into it because it's one of those things. I've got 20 of them, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, for every one I smoke, that's one less that I'll ever be able to smoke again. But I love that cigar, and he somewhere in his travels found a Henry Clay Warhawk Rebellious, and he just gave it to me at the barbecue competition in Greenville, and I was thrilled. And I didn't want to smoke it then because it was outside, it was very windy, and I wanted to really enjoy it, and I didn't really get a chance to or I didn't want to do that with the wind. So I've kind of been sitting on it, waiting for a moment that I had time to just sit and do nothing. Just sit, decompress, do absolutely nothing, and really, truly enjoy that cigar. And that came on Monday. I was able, Monday evening, to just sit, do nothing, enjoy that cigar, and I'm so happy that I did. It was just such a wonderful smoking experience. It reminded me why I really love that cigar a lot, and so I really want to give a lot of thanks to Scott over at the Smokin' Butts and Tap and Ash podcast and cigar team, or barbecue team, because he, whether he knew it or not, he gave me a really special cigar, and I really want to thank him for that. So that has been 3 cigars that we have smoked and enjoyed this week. Speaking of smoking and enjoying cigars, I am currently digging the hell. Unknown caller. They can go away. Speaking of really smoking and enjoying cigars, I'm really digging this Perdomo 20th anniversary. You know, it's not really too windy through here, so I have a wonderful burn line going on it. I've tapped the ash off, so I don't really have a whole lot of ash off the end of it right now. It kind of needed a little bit more flame to get back going because I have been talking. But I'll tell you what, guys, it's just such a perfectly well-made cigar. It's got wonderful flavor to it. The construction on it's great. The draw on it's perfect. And I have just nothing but wonderful things to say about it. And also, you know, the 20th anniversary, for being an anniversary cigar, a lot of times cigar companies will kind of jack the price up on their anniversary cigars because they're special, or maybe they're using different tobaccos that are a little more special or something like that. But I'll tell you, the 20th anniversary Perdomo, for being a 20th anniversary cigar, it's so affordably priced. It's great. So I'm really, really happy with the cigar, and I knew I would be. That's why I wanted it for this episode, because like I said, I wanted something that I don't normally have to worry about. Something that I know what it is, and I can just smoke it and enjoy it, and it's coming through perfectly. Oh, there's that. So that would be, I guess, this month's Ask the Boys. Which, do I have the thingy to... No? Okay, all right, hang on. We're going to have to do it this way then. We'll have to do it this way. Okay. So, guys, you can get your questions into us by calling the hotline at area code 863-874-0000. Get your calls in for June, and we can go from there. I ended up not really coming up with a contest for May. I know I said that I was going to, but I didn't. So I'll, I don't know. We'll figure something out. I like making it into a contest. I like making it into a contest so that we have a little bit more interaction and everything like that. But, you know, it's one of those things that we'll worry about it later. And guys, again, I appreciate the calls. We got a few calls at the last minute for this episode. You know, so hopefully maybe there'll be a few more calls for June so that we can really get at it and everything. But it's okay. I mean, the calls that I got were great, and I really do appreciate them. Not entirely sure how I feel about making my official One Must Go about fat guy sex positions, but you know, it is what it is. Anyway, coming up on the show, I've got a lot of messages out to people about coming on to the show. I do have, like I said, I think there were maybe 2 or 3 listeners that have reached out and said that they were interested in coming on. Just trying to, I need to take a moment to sit down and kind of pull the calendar together and reach out to some folks and see about when we can make that happen. You know, it's life. You know, I have my son quite a bit in June, since Father's Day comes along in June, and whatever else. So I'm going to have my son quite a bit in June. Additionally, he starts summer camp and things like that, and so there's going to be some things going on there that I'm going to have to contend with. And then also, but there are some things coming off of my plate as well that will help me out with having some more spare time to have some recording options. So, so if you've reached out, I do have your email, and I will get in touch and we'll figure something out. I would say anybody who is interested in coming on, if you have some sort of a microphone, that would be preferred. Speakerphone is not great with Zoom. You sound the sound echoes out throughout the room that you're in or whatever, and it sounds. You need that microphone for direct audio. So if you are interested in coming on, maybe at the very least go to Walmart. They have these little kind of like telemarketer headsets or computer headsets that have the little plug that you can plug right into your phone. If you have an iPhone, you're going to need the dongle, of course, but you can plug it directly in, and then that way you have the microphone kind of right near your mouth, kind of like I do, and then that way your audio is going to sound a lot better. You can get those, like I said, for $20, maybe even under, depending upon what you decide to buy. So that would be the only thing that I would say is that if you're interested in coming on, help me out and just have a microphone. Otherwise, we're plugging along. I know there's some manufacturers that I've talked to about coming on, and we're just going to keep on keeping on. Some of you have asked about Gator, and I'm not in a position to speak to that at this time. Just know that I am doing my level best to make sure that you get 2 episodes a week, and whether or not that's me with someone or me on my own, I'm trying. So anyway, doing the best I can. So I appreciate all the kind words. I appreciate everything. Not sure I necessarily appreciate the caption contest going on in the parishioners group. That's definitely been a blow to the ego, but that's all right. I can take a joke. And if you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, the caption in the caption contest in the parishioners group, you can sign up on Facebook. You can become part of the Cigar Pulpit Parishioners group on Facebook. It's technically a private group, but all you got to do is just request to get in, and I'll approve you. Currently, I don't have anybody sitting there in the queue. Sorry, Bear. I continue to apologize for that. And you can get in on that. You can also follow us on Instagram at The Cigar Pulpit, as well as on Twitter at the same. I believe it's either at Cigar Pulpit or The Cigar Pulpit. I can't remember. Doesn't really matter. I don't really do too much on there. You can watch this on YouTube. It's kind of a boring episode to watch today, but that's all right. And then, again, need your calls for Ask the Boys. Area code 863-874-0000. Final thoughts on the Perdomo 20th anniversary. Love the cigar. If you guys haven't had it, try it. If you have had it, you know what I'm talking about. It's a fantastic cigar. It smokes wonderfully, and it's got a lot of strength and body and flavor and wonderful construction. I truly can't say enough good things about it. Anyway, I do not have anything else. So, guys, I am getting ready to head off to my last regular shift at the Riverman Cigar Company. And I want to take a moment real quick to thank Dan Ponder for the opportunity for allowing me to work Thursday nights at his shop for the last year. It's been a wonderful time. I've really enjoyed getting to know a lot more of the customers, getting to know the retail side of everything, seeing what goes into a lot of that, and I appreciate the opportunity. It's not to get into anything. It's basically it has come down to a matter of time, and I need some of it back. So I'm not done necessarily there. I'm going to be on for emergency situations, so you never know. If you're in the St. Louis area and you pop into Riverman Cigar Company, it may very well be me ringing you up, but for right now, this Thursday, June 1st, as I record this, so the day before this episode drops, will be my last evening there, and it's been fun. So Dan, again, you and Cindy and everybody, you've been wonderful, and I really appreciate the opportunity, and I hope I did well for you. So anyway, guys, with that, oh my God, another freaking phone call. All right, I'll have to call them back. Anyway, guys, this has been another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm Nick. Stay safe, stay smoky, and get those calls in for the June Ask the Boys. Well, that just screwed up my whole outro. Anyway, whatever. Guys, the post office is calling. I gotta go. Later.